Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the My Home Group Daily Dose. Jereme Kleven here. It's a fantastic Wednesday, joined by the Magic Man. I'm pointing to the other gentleman in the room because he doesn't know the Magic Man just yet, but it is Mark Hutchins.
Good morning.
We got the beast behind the glass, Mr. Byron Filson.
Hi.
Good to see piece of you, as always. So we talked about a guest, and we are joined by a special guest here in the house. Sir, Mr. Nick Yale.
Hello.
Hello. Recently awarded. Let's just dive right into it. Recently, we always like the number one. Number one, really anything, is usually a pretty damn good thing. Number one unit sold 2015 for realty executives.
Yep.
Congrats to you. And thanks for joining us, by the way.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Happy Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's hump day.
But congrats on the award. I mean,
it's a great award. We've been
connected on FB. Obviously, admired, your business, from afar. Obviously, I know the numbers, and maybe we can dive into that a little bit later. But I mean, obviously, the numbers speak volumes. Obviously, your business is continuing to grow. You're continuing to do big things. So we appreciate, again, you joining us. And let's, I guess, dive in and kind of
lay down some knowledge.
What's the deal here? So what brought you into this good old business, real estate? And how long you been at it?
Well, I've been in business now for 18 years. My dad was in real estate here in Phoenix back in the 70s. Moved to Houston, Texas, and sold luxury homes there. And I was 21 years old, going to Mesa Community College, and I couldn't pass my math class. So I went to go visit my dad during spring break and got the, "What are you going to do with your life, son?"
Right.
And I said, "I'm going to sell real estate like you." And he goes, "No,
you're not.
It's a tough career, and you're always broke, and you're rich, and then you're broke, and the IRS is always after you, and it's a horrible career." And I said, "It's Wednesday, and we're laying by the pool having margaritas. I totally want your job." And
Right.
And so that's how I got into real estate. I came back here to Phoenix. I started with Keller Williams Realty.
Okay.
And joined a team with Cecil Duarte, and he was my mentor in real estate. And
So team right out of the gate.
I was with him for about a year and a half, and said, "I can do this on my own."
You did it all. If you were to do it all over, you recommend joining a team? We hear a lot of people say that. That's why I asked the question.
I do. I mean, I always say that in real estate, there are actual consequences to the work that we do. I know that a lot of realtors think that you can, go to real estate school, pay $500, go to 90 hours of class, and you can sell real estate.
Right.
But as we know, there are consequences. And so I think having a team behind you that can help mop up when you make mistakes, or help you with leads and help, raise the next generation of good real estate agents.
Shorten that learning curve, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So growing up, is the old man talking to you about real estate, like piquing the interest? Or
well, sadly,
sounds like he's telling you the opposite.
Yeah, sadly, my dad passed away shortly thereafter. But I had a good 2 years with him before that happened. And funny story, I called my dad and told him, "Hey, I just sold a condo," and he goes, "That's great, son. How much was it?" So it was $58,000, and he goes, "Nicholas, I want you to listen up closely. It's just as much work to sell a $500,000 house as a $50,000 house." I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Are you still working at the Olive Garden?" And I go, "I am." And he goes, "You're an embarrassment to me and your profession."
Oh my goodness.
Goes, "Either do this job full time or go back to school." And so I wasn't going back to Mesa Community College. So I walked into Olive Garden and quit and said, "I'm going to be a real estate agent." and now, we laugh years later, and during the recession, I was selling, $35,000 and $45,000 houses over in Maryville, and just laughing knowing my father is rolling in his grave that I'm selling $45,000 houses. But you do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
Clearly, you're hustling. You're doing the work, and
Yeah.
we were making a joke offline. You're saying a whole bunch of $50,000 properties. And it's kind of like to get you number one in units. But either way, it's still a tremendous year.
Yeah. I rarely turn down a listing. I'm a big listing agent. I believe that if you want to list, you got to last. And every time we take a listing, even if it's slightly overpriced, we'll take the listing because you're going to get phone calls from it. And if you advertise on Zillow or Trulia or Realtor.com or any of those, you're going to get leads from it. And at the end of the day, we need leads to make contacts, and we need contacts to make contracts, and we need contracts to make money. And I got in this business to make money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I love that.
So
Yeah, that's a great way.
I just want you to repeat that.
yeah. So rinse and repeat.
Right.
So-
Yeah. Say that again. Right.
So tell us what you, I guess, we're big guys on, what are you committed to right now? What are your commitments in the business as far as what makes you do this? So like, are you committed to a certain amount of open houses, a certain amount of calls per week? Is it a lead generation system that you're committed to? What are your main pillars in your business that are driving the force that you have right now?
Well, I'll tell you, I drive my office crazy because I am constantly saying that, we run a tight ship. We run a tight ship. And truly we do. I'm a big Top Producer user. So we use Top Producer, all of our leads from Zillow and Truly and Realtor.com, and then they come into the system. And it's about consistency in our marketing. It's consistency in our follow-up. Trying to make an office run where everybody is doing the best thing they do. Years ago, I figured that the one part of the business that I hated was showing houses. And I know realtors gasp when I say that, but I hate showing houses. And so I teamed up with a agent who loved showing houses.
Perfect balance.
So Karen Anderson is my showing agent. She comes out, she shows the properties. Once the buyer finds the house they want, they get turned back over to me, and I negotiate the deal because that's what I enjoy doing. And then we turn everything over to Sarah Ocampo, our transaction coordinator, and she handles the transaction and the closing. So everybody doing their own part. So we're very systemized. We're very automated, which literally doubled my business. Getting Top Producer and making that system work for us doubled my business. And part of it is because we stopped going, oh my God, I forgot the spuds on this. Oh my God, I forgot to order the Benzer. Oh my God, I forgot to order a termite. It just made our system run. So when we put in a file into the system, it tells us on day one, you got to do this. On day two, you got to do this. And as a team leader, it's good because then I can follow up and go, hey, Sarah, I noticed that you didn't do your job, because I can see what's on her task list to get done. We do a lot of advertising. We've really tried to, over the years, I've done advertising all over the valley, and have kind of taken an approach of moving it inward and kind of bringing all the sprinkles into one, and so that I can have world domination of Midtown.
I like how you use world domination. Let's talk about Midtown. Let's talk about your advertising, the type of your advertising you're doing. Let's talk about it tomorrow as a hook. Don't forget, guys, today is Workshop Wednesday at the Scottsdale office. Don't miss out. Starts at 9 o'clock. Orientation starts at 9. Contract class A to Z, and then some great prospecting and
video class, all kinds of good stuff.
Correct.
Today.
Yeah, so we've got some great things going on. Don't miss out. See you in a couple hours. Stay tuned tomorrow for more of Mr. Nick. Have a great day. See ya.
Bye.